Welcome back to Illuminations of Light blog part 3 on trust. So, why we love them and they still will not love us back. What did we do? Sometimes, most times, it's not about you. It's about them and their own issues or insecurities and fears. Sometimes it's just time to move on. People in our lives People are in our lives for a day, a season, or a lifetime. Not all things are meant to last forever, just for their time. Acceptance is difficult. We want to control the outcomes. We want to control others' behaviors. Reality, looking at things as they are, not as they could be or should be or gonna be or as they were. Leave the past in the past and the future in the future. Be in the moment. I'm sure there are many out there who would disagree with this assessment of trust and the solutions that it provides, and that's fine. These are my perspectives, how I get through, how I can forgive even the most dreadful of behaviors. Perhaps some of this will help you or someone you know when you are faced with betrayal of any kind. The disappointment which stems from expectations not met is not unfamiliar to any of us. That's on us, not the other person. They have to live with their actions and their words and their choices, just as we all do. But we can overcome the lack of trust in others and ourselves. Why shouldn't we trust them? Because we would want someone to trust us. It takes work and real honesty within ourselves and communication. I think that's enough for today. Blessed be one and all, with love and light in my heart, Kimberly. And here is what some of the other experts have to say on this topic.
Hi, I'm Patty German, and I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist here in New York City. In this course, we're going to talk about how to trust again. Trust is a feeling of being committed and being safe. And I think the most important way to start trusting again is to trust yourself and to be able to rely on your gut feelings of what you might be feeling about whatever whatever the situation is. So trust is important to have in a relationship, of course, but the most important beginnings are trusting yourself and relying on what you're really feeling about a person, about a situation, whether it's good for you or not good for you. And if you're feeling that you can't trust anyone or anything, it's tremendous feelings of insecurity. But again, the most important part is to start trusting yourself. This is Patty German in New York City.
Okay. So what is the inability to trust? Because people keep asking, but I just don't know how to trust. How do I trust that which is invisible, intangible? Why? What is it that makes us unable to trust? Yes. Oh yes. Past experiences, conditioning. Sure. Let's go into them. Yeah. Very good. Letting go of control. Yes. You want to be in control, so you don't want to trust. You see? In a way, you want to be in control so you can trust yourself, but you don't even trust yourself. Because if you did, you would trust, period. Because there isn't two of us, there's only one of us. Fear of the future? Yes. That's right, I wonder what's going to happen. Anxiety, worry. Okay. So how do we learn to trust? And how do you do that?
By loving ourselves. We are doing snippets from the experts that we have posted on the blogs. If you'd like to hear the whole thing, you'll have to visit the blog. We've got the YouTubes posted. So Bert Harding continues here with what to do when we're caught in emotional suffering. We'll do a snippet from that. And loving acceptance brings total change.
Upset, angry, frightened, psychological suffering. Okay? So next time you happen to be caught in this stage, in this state of mind, okay? The first thing to do is acknowledge what you are feeling. But don't call it fear. Don't call it loneliness. Don't call it anger. Don't give it a label, because then you go into your story. Just state it as you are feeling it, without a story. And for a moment, so therefore, let's say I'm feeling hate. Okay? I'm feeling this in my body, this turmoil inside. And then experience it in your body, without the story. Secondly, just say, thank you for making me aware and for becoming stronger for having been aware of this. Now when I say thank you, but the moment you begin to discover our nature is love, you don't change yourself. You don't try to change. You don't try to overcome anything. I have seen throughout the years, people try to change. I had a man who suffered so much anger. He was losing his wife, his children, even his job. He would go into a violent rage. And even when he was talking to me about it, he was angry. And then he said to me, Bert, I have to overcome this. I have to overcome this. And then I said, sit down. I said, you don't have to overcome anything. I said, you need to challenge.
Learning to trust again. Why should we?
And a lot of people who have been betrayed wrestle with that. Because after all, why should we want to? Why should we want to deal with the trauma, the pain, the mess of trying to rebuild a relationship of trust? Notice I said, why should you, not can you? Any of us can trust again. Any of us. Trusting is simply a choice that we make. But it's a choice that can be very difficult to make in the aftermath of betrayal. Because after all, we're hurt. Who wants to hurt like that again? We're angry. Who wants to have all of those feelings of anger inflamed again? Why? Here's what I mean by trust God supremely. I mean that we ultimately trust that it is God and God alone who can deliver on the promise of the best life possible. And that God will deliver on that promise no matter what happens to me in the human realm. I'm talking about...
There's several more entries on this blog. We're not going to go into all of it for time constraint's sake. We want to thank everybody for joining us today. Tune in to Illuminations of Light on Blog Talk Radio, or you can read this at illuminationsoflight.wordpress.com to see the rest of the videos. We hope that you have a very blessed day, and thank you so much for joining us.